Hi, I'm Joe Dearman. I work on Camtasia as a designer, and I couldn't be more excited to be here today to talk to you about what is really my favorite release of Camtasia yet, Camtasia 2022. We set out in this release to really deliver on a big goal, which is help our users easily and quickly make engaging, memorable videos. And we set about doing that with a number of different approaches, and we're going to walk through a few of them today. But the one I want to start with is the cursor. You might ask, what is the cursor, that little pointer that moves around your screen when you're clicking on links, etc.? What does that have to do with engagement? Well, the reason why is because cursors are what your viewer follows to understand where you are in the video. They have your audio if you're narrating, they have visuals, and that's pretty much it. And so if you're ever watching videos out there like I do, I watch hundreds of hours of YouTube videos for tutorial content, you'll find so frequently that the cursor is the smallest object on the screen, even though it's doing the majority of the communicating as to where things are happening and giving you that clarity that you need to actually understand the information. And that's what's going to get our viewers engaged. Make it easy to follow these videos, but also make it really irresistible to the eye. Draw them in. And so we're going to go ahead and talk about cursor replacements. We've got vector cursors now, and we're also going to talk about cursor path editing. So let's go ahead and dive in. I've launched Camtasia 2022, and you're going to notice that we have a completely re-envisioned launching experience. We call this Camtasia Home. This is your home for inspiration, access to recent projects and learning materials, and additional resources. And we also have the ability to launch other TechSmith recorders right from this view. Let's go ahead and launch Snagit and make a couple image captures. I'm going to go ahead and grab those and bring them into the editor, and I'll meet you back here to show you how we're going to turn images into amazing, engaging video. Okay, so I've sent my screenshots from Snagit into Camtasia, and I've put them on my timeline, and now it's time to add a cursor to really start to turn this into a real video, an engaging video. So I have my 3 screenshots on the timeline selected. I'm gonna hit Control G or Command G on the Mac to group these together. So now they're all in one nice group. And I'm gonna locate the Cursor Effects tab and notice the Cursor Path Creator effect. This is our brand new effect in Camtasia 2022. I'm gonna go ahead and click and drag this down onto the group. And now you can see that we have a pointer on our images. So we're sort of off to the races here. Let's go ahead and make this larger. So I'm going to go ahead and locate the properties for the cursor over here. And I'm going to go ahead and take the scale, and I'm going to go up. And I'm going to go up past 1,000. In fact, once you get to where you start feeling a little uneasy about how big it is, because you don't want to go too big, but in reality, you actually want to punch up a little bit bigger than what you're usually comfortable with. Remember, we're trying to keep our viewer aware at all times what's going on in this video. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this and we're going to move our playhead, and you can see we get this nice little swoosh. But in this example, although we're looking at this beautiful Camtasia tutorials page, I really want to show you how to save a bookmark in Firefox. That's what this tutorial will be about. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a hold of this point at the end, and I'm going to move it up to this star up in the right corner of my interface. And I'm going to take the starting point here, and I'm just going to move it down so I get this nice natural swooshy pattern here. And I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out so I just get this nice sort of gradual change, right? I just want it to sort of move across, and you can see this little motion segment is just defining how long it takes to get from point A to point B on the path. Now it happens a little too fast, it looks like, or it looks like I'm a little behind actually, so I'm going to go ahead and move this back a little bit. And it gets to the end point, and then a click will happen. Let's see, did we give ourselves enough room? That looks about right. And let's go a little further ahead, and I have a save button to hit, so let's go right before it happens. And now I'm going to add another motion segment, one of these little chevron patterns, so that I can get another line. So I'm going to right click on the group, and you'll notice right where my pointer is, there's the Extend Cursor Path to Playhead option. I'm going to select that, and just like that, I've got another line to work with. I'm going to go ahead and grab a hold of the pointer and pull it down to the Save menu. Now the straight line, some folks might like it, but I like a little embellishment, so I'm going to go ahead and click this little mixed line type here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this handle up so I get a nice organic path here. And let's go ahead and see how this looks. I'll go ahead and say, in fact, I might stretch this out just a bit so that it happens a little longer. And let's hit Finish Editing. And now you can see the path has disappeared, and now we're going to see what our end viewer will see. Let's go ahead and preview it real quick. Doesn't that look perfect? What's so beautiful about this is it doesn't look fake. It looks natural, but very refined. And that's exactly the type of look that we want. We want to look professional, engaging, but we want that clarity. And clarity is really what we're delivering on this particular example. So let's go ahead and now make this even more impactful by utilizing some of Camtasia's new library assets. Okay, so now we're going to navigate over to the new library. We have over 1,000 new assets in this library, and I'm excited to show you one in particular here, which is emphasis effects. What this does is just tells our viewer where to look and where action is happening. So this is just a real extension of the cursor as a hero. So I'm going to go ahead and twirl this open, and let's go over to click gestures, and let's go to click gesture 4, and I'm going to go ahead and grab purple. That's probably the right color to complement Firefox, since we're demoing that software. And you can see I have this nice and large. I might even bring it down to like 80%. And let's go ahead and just preview what it looks like. So it looks like I'm a little bit far ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and move this back because I want it to be an anticipatory event. So you can see it's just telling the viewer where to look as that cursor moves in. And then once the cursor gets there, in fact, we might even pull that a little tighter there. Let's go ahead and twirl this close, and let's do twirl click gestures close, and let's twirl open bursts and collapses, and let's go over to burst 6, and let's grab let's see, orange here, and let's put that right next to our anticipatory sort of click gesture we had here, and let's see how this looks. This is going to happen right over the star as the click happens. This is more like confirmation that yes, a click did indeed happen. And let's see how it looks. Let's go ahead and do a review. Boom, and there it is. A click did in fact happen. In fact, it looks like my timing is ever so slightly off, so I might just go ahead and move it this way. You can see how easy it is to tweak. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a few more new library assets and come back and show you a really cool way to just elevate it to a whole other level using the blend mode. Okay, so you can see I've made a few tweaks. I've added a bunch of new library assets from the brand new Camtasia 2022 library, including some titles and some micro animations that you're going to see on the reveal of this particular example. But what you can see in view here is I've added a little corner rounding and a shadow to our video, and I've also added this nice background, and that's in our fills and overlay category. If I just move down on the screen here, you can see we've got this fills overlay, and this is just a duotone gradient. Look at all those beautiful options, all customizable and very fun to play with. All right, but what we want to do right now is we want to show you the blend mode. This is a new feature in Camtasia. So let's move over to the media bin, and I've got this nice palm tree asset. It's like a little shadow on sand. It's a nice texture. This is going to allow us to add some depth and realism to, an otherwise relatively flat presentation. So let's go ahead and right click, add this to timeline. And as you'd expect, it just covers everything, right? It just is this little palm tree footage, and you can see it. But what we want to do is we want to actually blend this. So let's navigate over to visual effects. And the first option will be blend mode. So let's go ahead and add that to this palm tree footage. And you can see right away, I have this nice little effect where things are blending, but it doesn't quite look like a shadow would look. So let's go ahead and move over to the blend mode options in the properties panel on the right. And I'm going to expand this little list here of modes. And let's go ahead and move down until we see one that we like. That looks pretty nice. Let's see. How about we go down to linear light? That's pretty good. Let's see. How about we go to linear light and we'll just bring it down a little bit so we still get that texture. And we'll go maybe to like 20 or so. And that's on the intensity here. So let's go ahead and preview this and see how all of the new Camtasia features work together. And just like that, we have a video. Wasn't that fun? 3 screenshots turned into this beautiful, engaging, memorable video. I had a lot of fun making it with you, and I hope you did too.